this, especially if I look cuter than any girl does. Like, what's the problem? Like, what's the issue? And I'm out all the time, you know, and like I'm killing a dress and no one else is. Like, the girls in the room are not doing it. Like, they don't look cute.
If you believe that isn't how you want to run your family, I have no choice but to respect that. But don't pretend as if it isn't an unpopular sentiment.
An enormous percentage of Hollywood kids are trans. Like, how many celebrities have trans kids? It's new. It's not a thing that was going on just it was rare in the past.
In the ritual of Baphomet, the transgender, to show allegiance to him, you had to kiss his ass ring.
Magic Johnson's son EJ is making headlines, and not for the right reasons. Comic and commentator DL Hughley has now jumped into the conversation, and things are getting heated. Last month, EJ sat down for an interview with Carlos King and dropped a series of statements that set the internet on fire. First, EJ revealed that he asked his parents, Magic and Cookie Johnson, to stop using words like he, man, or son.
What is going on in Hollywood?
Instead, EJ prefers the pronouns they or she. However, and this is where it gets complicated, EJ is not transitioning to a woman and does not want to be called a trans.
But even I told them on my birthday, in June, that I was like, we're not doing he, we're not doing man, we're not doing gay. Like, and it was very freeing. You know, even like son, I was like, you know, the world tried to give me that label, like Magic Johnson's son. And I was like, well, he's dead. And now there is Miss Thing. Like, we're not doing that either.
During the same interview, EJ also stated clearly that he does not date gay men, saying he is only attracted to straight men or men with strong masculine energy.
Are there pronouns that you go by today, or how do you identify your sexuality?
I just say call me EJ as much as possible. Okay. You know, it's like pronouns I don't really like he. You know, they is fine, you know, whatever. She is cool. Like, I'm really not a stickler about it.
Yeah.
They'll keep saying man or bro too many times, and I'm like, I'm not your bro. Like, you know, but it's usually just somebody you're never going to see again, so who cares? But yeah, like I said, I was like always a deeply feminine being, and like, you know, that's really all that matters to me. You know, it's like I'm extremely happy in this body. Like I love my skin. I love waking up and being me every day. Like, it's a beautiful thing. Like, to walk into the, you know, bathroom and see yourself in the mirror and you're just like, that bitch, like, yes. Like, it's that for me right now.
And then came the comment that really stirred the pot. EJ claimed that no matter what room he walks into, he always looks better than every woman there.
I don't attract gay men, and I'm not attracted to gay men. But to be honest, it's like, that's why I don't go to gay clubs. I don't go to, you know, gay things, because it's like the men that I attract are not there. I do that when I go to the straight rooms.
So, so has it always been that way for you in terms of when it comes to men? Has it always been what some people consider the straight guy always being the one that would approach you?
Or somebody who, has been intimate and dating, you know, women for most of their life, or like up until then, for sure. Absolutely. It has always been that way, but now it's like even more so, now that I definitely present in more of a feminine way. Because also, like, it's like my energy is that.
So why are so many people upset? Here's the core issue. EJ wants to use female pronouns, wear women's clothing, and present as feminine, but stops short of actually identifying as a woman. On top of that, he put down other women in the process of claiming his femininity. Many people feel this sends a harmful message, especially since EJ moves through the world with the financial privilege of being Magic Johnson's child, wearing expensive designer outfits, without facing the real-life challenges that women deal with every day: unequal pay, discrimination, and the physical realities of being a woman. The reaction online has been sharp. Women push back hard. One commenter wrote that gay men regularly disrespect women and nobody says a word, yet here we are. Another pointed out that EJ, who stands 6 feet 4 inches, is not even passing, and called the whole thing delusional.
Even when I was a kid and like they were like, well, you can't wear skirts, and I was like, well, why not? You know, it's like my inner being was like, there's nothing wrong with this, especially if I look cuter than any girl does. Like, what's the problem? Like, what's the issue? And that's exactly how I apply it to myself to these days in the way that I present, like in my, you know, in my feminine regalia. You know, I've always been a feminine being, and like that's just like how I, you know, I best express myself. But I'm like, listen, I'm out all the time, you know, and like I'm killing a dress and no one else is. Like the girls in the room are not doing it. Like they don't look cute. They're not dressed to any nines. So
even members of the LGBTQ plus community distance themselves. Gay influencer Landon Romano called EJ out for competing with women. Reality TV personality Bobby Lights was equally blunt, saying EJ carries himself like a Republican white woman in her mid-40s with an attitude, and suggested that's exactly why he feels rejected by the gay community.
EJ Johnson said he is the baddest in the room. He's better than any other female in the room. Well, yes, if the room is empty. Listen, EJ, I don't understand why the LGBTQ community is always trying to be in competition with women. Women is not in competition with us, especially if you up there trying to be a woman. You in woman's clothes, you in a dress, and that's cool. Express yourself how you want to, but why are you trying to bring down the next bit? You better than them. Anybody with 2 sets of eyes know that's not true. I don't know what land of delusion you reside in, but you best check the mailbox. The brochure said false advertisement. That is not true. That is incorrect. Okay, thank you.
Now, there's a bigger conversation happening alongside all of this. DL Hughley and comedian Cat Williams have been raising questions about why so many Hollywood celebrities seem to have transgender or gender non-conforming children. The list is long. Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union say their child Zia, formerly known as Zion, identified as transgender at age 3 and has since had gender-affirming surgery before turning 18. Actor Marlon Wayans announced in 2023 that his daughter had transitioned and now goes by Kai. Eddie Murphy has a child living as a trans man. On the celebrity parent side, Elon Musk, Charlize Theron, Jamie Lee Curtis, and Robert De Niro all have transgender daughters. Angelina Jolie's daughter Shiloh and one of Megan Fox's sons identify as non-binary. Singers Cher and Saad both have transgender sons. Jennifer Lopez's daughter Emmy uses non-binary pronouns, and most recently, Jennifer Garner and Ben Affleck's child, formerly known as Serafina, now going by Finn, came out as non-binary.
She was the one who sat down with us as a family and said, hey, I don't think I'm gay, right? I identify myself as a young lady, but she's known that for 9 years.
She's known since she was 3.
She's known since she was 3 years old. This is her life. This is no game to us. We're about protecting her heart. We're about protecting her joy. To do that, we have to support them. We see the smile on our daughter's face. We see the confidence that she's able to walk around and be herself. And that's when you know
Several
you're doing right.
theories attempt to explain why this trend is so visible among celebrity families. One idea is that these children grew up in heavily protected, picture-perfect environments, so when puberty arrived and real life set in, some found it overwhelming, and transitioning became a way to press pause on that process. Another theory points to social influence within tight friend groups, where one person coming out can inspire others to follow, driven more by a need to belong than by personal identity. Some observers suggest that children of emotionally unavailable or fame-focused parents may use gender identity as a way to finally get their parents' attention. Others point to guilt around wealth or racial privilege. Identifying as transgender gives these young people a sense of a marginalized identity that feels more genuine to them. And for some, coming out brought immediate public praise, calling them brave and inspiring. A tension that became hard to let go of.
To me, you're not grown till you leave my house. You're not going. If you're still going to a pediatrician, if you need my permission to go to a movie, then I'm going to have a say in what happens. If you believe that isn't how you want to run your family, I have no choice but to respect that. But don't pretend as if it isn't an unpopular sentiment to us.
DL Hughley's take is straightforward. He believes this is a parenting issue. He finds it hard to accept that a 3-year-old could understand what it means to be transgender unless the parents introduce that idea. He also criticized the decision to allow gender-affirming surgery before the age of 18, calling it far too drastic for someone that young.
So 20 years ago, I knew that transgenders was going to be a thing. I had seen that word transgender was Baphomet, the transgender.
Cat Williams went even further, suggesting that having a transgender child is part of some kind of ritual or trade-off that celebrities make in exchange for fame and success. So what do you think? Was EJ out of line for saying he looks better than every woman in the room? And what about all these theories surrounding Hollywood's transgender children? Is it simply that wealthy, high-profile families are more visible than everyday people? Or is there something deeper going on? Share your thoughts below.